Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. Today, we're not going to talk about what's in the bag. We're going to talk about what should be in the bag, but you might not have in your bag. These are 10 items that you should have in your pool bag, but you might not realize you should have them in there. Let's get started. In no particular order, number 10, nail clippers. Why? Each and every person watching this at some point has gotten a hangnail, has gotten a rogue nail that is driving you out of your mind. It is hanging off or it's broken or something. If you could just clip that thing, you would have one less thing to think about. Get a nail clipper in your bag if you don't already have one. Number 9, get yourself a glove. Even if you don't play with the glove. You guys have seen my videos. I don't wear a glove. But I have been at the pool hall when my hands were sticky, the cue was sticky, the table was dirty. I could not get the cue through my fingers in a smooth manner, and I had a glove in my bag. So I put on the glove. It took me all of 5 minutes to get accustomed to it, and I was able to get through the day. If you go to some of the places where I go, they're not taking care of the tables. They may or may not have air conditioning, believe it or not, and your hands get sticky and dirty. So, have a glove in your bag. Number 8, alcohol wipes. These are little self-contained alcohol wipes. Don't get wet naps and all of that crap. You want a little self-contained alcohol wipe. Why? Because no matter what kind of cue you have, you can clean it off with one of these things and get the dirt off of there if you forgot to clean your cue or if it gets dirty while you're playing or whatever. If you have a carbon fiber shaft, if you have a wooden shaft, it doesn't matter. These are the best things to clean it. If you purchase the wipes that come with the high-end carbon fiber cues, a lot of the ingredients in those wipes, alcohol. It evaporates quickly and it cleans better than anything on the planet. Number 7, a break cloth. Why? Some places you go, they don't want your cue ball on their table while you're breaking. They will provide you with a break cloth. But if you are practicing jump shots or you're playing at a friend's house or anything like that and you don't want to put wear and tear on someone else's table, get a break cloth. That's what this is. Guys ask me all the time, usually beginners, are like, what is that little cloth that you guys are putting the ball on? This is to keep from burning a hole in this cloth from breaking from the same spot over and over again. And yes, that happens. I've burned holes in tables where after a while I could see right through the cloth because the ball was leaving the same spot at 25 miles an hour over and over and over again. So get yourself a break cloth, leave it in your bag. Number 6, a cue ball, particularly a measle ball if you like to play with one. You will go places where they will not have measle balls. These are great for seeing the spin on the ball. These are not training balls, by the way. Some people think these are training balls. These are the balls that are used in professional events. Why? Because it shows you what's happening to the ball. You get to see the spin on the ball. Also, if you go and you play in some APA events and you're on bar boxes that are coin op or dollar op or whatever you want to call them, they will have an irregular cue ball, which means that even if they open the machine so you have full access to it, the cue ball is designed to go to a different area of the table. That's why it goes at one end and the balls go to the other, because it has a magnet inside or the size is different. They've done something to alter that ball to make sure that it goes down the right way. So what you can do is you can take your own regulation cue ball, and that way you're playing with a regulation cue ball if everybody else agrees. Next, a moose head that attaches to a cue. You will go places that they do not have mechanical bridges. You should be using one, whether you like it or not. Make sure you have one. The best in the world is the one made by Kamui, is the Kamui View. You don't have to get the best in the world. Guess what? You can get one for pretty cheap and it's going to work great for you. Keep it in your bag. You're not going to have any problems if you're in need of a bridge. I shouldn't have to mention this. This should be part of the everyday thing that you would have in your bag. But if you don't have a tip tool in your bag, you better get one in there real quick. Don't assume that you're going someplace to play pool and somebody's going to have a tip tool. There's a bunch of them around that are great, and there's some that are lousy, and you don't want to end up having to use one that is lousy on your expensive tip just because that's the only one that somebody has. So it might be an obvious thing to have a good tip tool in your bag, but make sure you have a tip tool in your bag. Do you have a rack template? I'm talking about not just a magic rack, but any of the template racks. Why is this a good thing to have in your bag? First off, if you like playing with it, it might as well go with you. You might as well take it to the pool hall with you. Even if they don't have them, you can still use it. Now, a lot of people don't like them on their table. Old school guys are like, I don't want that thing on my table. Well, here's the reality. If Willie Moscone was alive today, he'd be playing with a template. Why? Because the world is playing with one. You can't just go into an event and say, take that magic rack off the table because I refuse to play with it because I am Willie Moscone. That said, take a template because it's not going to hurt. You can get one that rolls up, and if you get a chance to use it, if you like to use it, why not take it with you? Next, anything that you want to get rid of, get it in your bag. This drives me nuts. I have a bunch of cues in this house, a bunch of really good cues that I will never play with again for one reason or another. If I just put them in my bag, I could have gotten rid of them. So God knows how many couple $100 I could have pocketed from stuff that I wasn't going to play with. If you have stuff that you want to get rid of, get it in your bag in case somebody asks about it so you can sell it and then you can buy some other cool stuff. So stuff that you want to get rid of, that you want to sell, get it in your bag. And lastly, an Apple AirTag or some other GPS device. If some fool wants to grab your bag and run off while you're in the men's room, you want to be able to track down your stuff, right? Put an AirTag in your bag. Hide it. It's very easy to hide stuff in these bags, and you will be able to track down your stuff. You want to be able to track down your stuff if somebody steals it, not necessarily in a pool hall, but out of your car. Why not put an AirTag in your bag and be able to track down your stuff? These are some things that I listed. If there's anything else that you can think of, because I can think of some more, like baby powder. Don't use powder, guys. It's not 1980, okay? Get a glove, get something, carbon fiber shaft, and you won't need the powder. But things like that, I've always had in my bag, aspirin, things like this. If you think of something, hit us in the comments and let us know the things that you have in your bag that I might not have listed, but people probably aren't putting in their bags and they should. Have a great day. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.